So now here, if you take a graph of concentration variation versus for time. Suppose I am taking concentration here. So concentration on y-axis and on x-axis I am taking time taken. So concentration versus what? Time. Okay. Now if you take a reaction of A converting into B, A is converted into what? B. It is one reaction taken, chemical reaction. Now in this chemical reaction, in A converting into B, what is reactant? A is reactant and B is product, right? Now what happens to the concentration of A with the time? What happens to concentration of A? Concentration of A gets decreasing, right? And concentration of B will be increasing. As the reaction proceeds, as the reaction continues, what happens here? The concentration of A decreases, whereas the concentration of B increases. So this curve is about what now? Reactant concentration. The concentration of reactant decreasing here. And what about this curve? This curve is representing about products. Reactants, concentration of reactants decreasing. And concentration of what? Products. Concentration of products increasing. Right now, at T1 time, and T2 time. At T1 time, what is the concentration of A and what is concentration of B? We have to understand. Suppose at this at the time T here, T1 here, now this is what now? This is what now? At T1 time, this is the concentration of B, right? This is concentration of B here. So concentration of B at what time? At T1. At T1 time it is concentration. So I have taken concentration versus time, and B, concentration of B at T1 time. Concentration of B at T1 time is this one here. Now the same B, it is what now here? Concentration of same B product at T2 time. At T2 time it is concentration, right? Now at T1 time, what is concentration of this A? At T1 time, what is concentration of A? This one. It is concentration of A, right? So it is what now? This point is what now? Concentration of A at what time now? T1 time. T1 time. At T1 time, the concentration of A is taken here, right? And at T2 time, here this one. At this T2 time, what is the concentration of A here? This one. This point is what representing concentration of A at T2. So it is concentration of B at T1. It is concentration of A at T2. So this way we have to understand what now it is concentration of A at T2 time and concentration of A at T1 time. Like this we have taken what now here? The concept of concentrations of A and B. Concentrations of A and B at T1 time and T2 time. Tell me what is here? Concentration of B at T2 time. Concentration of B at T2 time. And what is this here B? Concentration of B at T1 time. And what is this here? Concentration of A at T1 time. And what is this here? Concentration of A at T2 time. Now regarding A, which concentration of A is less, at T2 time or at T1 time? Now concentration of A at T2 time is less, right now. Now how to write the difference, the change in concentration of A, the change in concentration of A, how to write now, tell me? Now, delta concentration of A, how to write now? Delta A is equal to final minus initial. Now what is final here? A T2. A, concentration of A, T2 is final, minus initial is what? AT1. AT1 is initial, AT2 is final. So delta A, that is change of concentration of A, is equal to the concentration of A at final time minus the concentration of A at initial time. Now, is this concentration change, the difference in concentration, negative or positive? Tell me. Now, which value is less here on the y-axis? Whose concentration is less? AHT2 or AHT1? AHT1, AHT2 is what? Less in quantity. So, what we have to understand here? Concentration of A at T2 is less than what? Concentration of A at T1, right? That means what now here? What we have taken, lesser value minus greater value, will be negative or positive? Negative value. The change of concentration, the change of concentration of A is what? Negative always. The change of concentration of reactant is always negative. Okay. Next, the point keep in mind. Next, what is delta B here? Delta B, how to write? Change in B. Change in concentration of B is equal to what? Tell me now. Change in concentration of B is equal to what? Final concentration of B, that is HT2 minus initial concentration of B. So the final concentration of B minus initial concentration of B means the concentration of B at T2 time minus the concentration of B at T1 time. Now from the graph, which value is greater? Concentration of B at T2 is greater. Concentration of B at T1 less. Okay, that means here greater value minus lesser value. Final minus initial, we are taking the final concentration of B minus initial concentration of B. Is it positive or negative, this concentration change? It is positive value. The change of concentration of product, always will be positive. The change of concentration of reactant is always negative. Is that clear? But the rate of reaction, can the rate of reaction be negative ever? No. The rate of reaction is always positive. The rate of a chemical reaction is always positive. That's why when you are writing average rate of reaction, suppose for this average rate of reaction. Now tell me how to write average rate of reaction here. For this rate average rate of this reaction is equal to, how to write now? Decreasing change of concentration of A or increasing change of concentration of B. Now how to write? Tell me here, how many moles of A? 1 mole of A is there. 1 mole of B is there. 1 mole of A, 1 mole of B. Then how to write? Minus delta A by delta T. Minus delta A by delta T. Is that clear? Now this delta A value we got negative or positive? Delta A value we got negative. Now negative of negative, minus of minus, minus of minus will become positive. Then the rate of reaction becomes what? Positive. To make the rate of reaction positive, we are taking negative sign here. Negative sign. This negative sign indicates what? The decreasing concentration of A. Because this delta A value is always negative for the reactant. To make the rate of reaction positive, we must use negative sign here. Minus of minus. Minus of minus will be positive. The concept clear now? That is also equal to. Now, in terms of product, we use plus sign or minus sign? We use plus sign. What are we delta B by delta T. The clear. So the change of concentration of B with time. A by time means what? The rate. The rate of change of concentration of B. Here is what? Decreasing rate. Decreasing rate of change of concentration of A. It is what now here? Increasing change of concentration of rate. Increasing rate of change of concentration of B. Anyone is called what now? Rate of reaction. Now also try to understand. Now time taken for the decrease of A and time taken for the increase of B will be same or not? The time taken delta T for the reactant and delta T for the change of product will be always same. Delta T value will be always same. Is that clear now? That's about what I'm here, the rate of reaction. Okay, it is average rate of reaction. So like this, from the graph we can understand what? The change of concentration of A, change of concentration of B. Here concentration indicates what? Molar concentration. This concentration is always measured in what? Moles per liter. Moles per liter. The concentration is nothing but molar concentration. Number of moles of the reactant per 1 liter. Number of moles of the product per 1 liter. Moles per liter. If it is a gas, suppose. If A is the gas, B is the gas, suppose. A gas converted into B gas, suppose. In that case, should we use moles per liter or we should use atmosphere per time? We have to use what? Atmosphere per time, the rate of reaction. But here what we take now? Moles per liter by time. A change in concentration. Change in concentration means what? Moles per liter. Na? Change in concentration is measured in moles per liter by time. Moles per liter by time. Is that clear? But if you take the gaseous reactant, gaseous product, suppose. Now if it is a gas, what we write now here? Change in pressure of A by change in time. Change in pressure of a time by change in time. Change in pressure means what we take units ATM. ATM per time. ATM per second we take. If gases are taken, ATM per second we take as the unit of rate of reaction. The units of rate of reaction can be measured in moles per liter by time. Otherwise, ATM by time. ATM per time or moles per liter per time. Anyone we can use as what now? The units of rate of reaction. Okay, let's take the screenshot. Okay. Now this graph represents average rate or instantaneous rate. Average rate. How we can say average rate here? See, the time gap, time interval is large here. T2 minus T1 very large. Okay, in this large time interval, we are measuring what? Change in concentration. So this is what now here? Average rate of reaction. Average rate of reaction. Is the concept here? So this way we have to understand what now here? The graph of what here? Decrease in the concentration of reactant and increase in the concentration. Increase in the concentration of product. Okay, yeah, take the screenshot. Now see, suppose now we are taking one plot, one graph for instantaneous rate of reaction. What we are taking now? Instantaneous rate of reaction. Okay. Now in this case, now here, suppose I am taking this. Okay, again, change in concentration. Change in concentration versus what? Time. Change in concentration versus time. Now in this case, now here we are taking a reactant. Only reactant I'm drawing. Okay, this the decrease in the concentration of reactant. The decrease in the concentration of reactant is shown by this curve, right? Suppose I want the rate of this reaction, the rate of decrease of concentration of A, that is rate of reaction at one particular time. At a particular time I want. Suppose I want exactly at this point. At this point of time. At this point of time, I need what? Suppose. At this time, exactly, I need the rate of reaction. So, at a particular time, at a particular instant of time, if you need to calculate the rate of reaction, which is called what? Instantaneous rate of reaction. So, at this point, where we need the, at this point of time, where we need the change in concentration of reactant, we have to take one tangent. We have to plot a tangent. We have to draw one tangent along that point. Is that clear now? So this tangent is having negative slope or positive slope here. This is having negative slope or positive slope, this curve. Negative slope is there. This negative slope gives what now here? Instantaneous rate of reaction. So the rate of reaction can be measured in terms of decrease in concentration of reactant or increase in the concentration of product, right? So in this case now for the reactant, in terms of reactant, we are getting negative slope here. The negative slope value gives what now here? Instantaneous rate of reaction. Suppose I'm taking a reaction again. A gives rise to B only. A gives rise to B. It is reactant. Reaction taken is what now here? A gives rise to B. A is the reactant, B is the product. Suppose. Now I have shown only the curve of what? Reactant. Curve of only A I have shown here. So in this case now, instantaneous rate. Instantaneous rate. Here R instantaneous. Rate instantaneous is equal generally dx by dt. What do you mean by dx by dt? Very small change in concentration by very small change in time. Where dx is what now here? Very small change in quantity. Very small change in concentration by very small change in time. Very small interval of time. Okay, very small time interval dt. Very small change in concentration dx. dx by dt is what now? Instantaneous rate of reaction. This instantaneous rate of reaction in terms of reactant is equal to negative slope here. Is equal to how to mention? Tell me first now. From the reaction, how many moles of A is there? 1 mole of A is there here. So what we write now here? Minus or plus? Minus 1 by 1. Here how many moles there? 1 mole only. Minus 1 by 1 is minus 1. So dA by dt. dA by dt we write. So instantaneous rate of reaction is equal to dx by dt. That equals to minus 1 by 1 because 1 mole of A is there. If 2 moles of A is available, suppose we take minus 1 by 2. If 3 moles of A is available, suppose we take minus 1 by 3. Here 1 mole is there now, so we take 1 by 1. Here minus indicates what now? The decrease in the concentration of reactant. Here dA indicates what? Very small change in the concentration of A. dt is what? Very small time interval. Is that clear now? So instantaneous rate of reaction is equal to dx by dt equals to minus 1 by 1 dA by dt. That is equal to what now here? Slope, negative slope here. Negative. Is that clear now? So it is about what now here? The instantaneous rate of this reaction in terms of what now? Reactant. Let's take the screen for now. Okay. Now, for the same reaction, I'm taking now product in terms of product and like in terms of what now? Products. Okay, and now see, in this case now, products versus means what is the concentration of product? The concentration of product versus what? The time taken. Okay, now concentration of product I am taking, suppose. Then what will be curve? Right. Okay, is it clear now? So in this case now here, in this parabolic curve indicates what? Product. Hyperbolic curve indicates what? Reactant. Now in this case, suppose I want exactly at this point of time. Exactly at this point of time, if you want to determine rate of reaction, at this point exactly. Okay. At this point of time, if you want to determine the rate of reaction, it is time taken. Exactly 4th second or exactly 3rd second, like this, exactly at a point of time, at an instant of time, at a particular instant of time, if you want to determine the rate of reaction, change of concentration of product. Here we draw one tangent. And tangent is drawn along this point. Okay, along this point we have to draw one tangent. Now this curve is having positive slope or negative slope? It is having positive slope. Now this positive slope of curve gives what now? Instantaneous rate. In terms of reactant, whatever we get instantaneous rate, the same instantaneous rate of reaction, we get in terms of product also. So in this case, tell me how to write instantaneous rate of reaction. Rate instantaneous. Rate instantaneous is equal to again what? Dx by dt. Dx by dt means what? The small change in concentration. The small change in concentration by very small change in time. Dx by dt is equal to rate of, means what? Instantaneous rate of reaction is equal to, how to represent plus sign or minus sign here? Plus sign. Here how many moles of B is taken? 1 mole. That's why here plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1 dB by dt. dB by dt. Which is equal to positive slope or negative slope here? Positive slope. Positive slope. Is that clear, ma'am? So instantaneous rate of reaction in terms of product is equal to what now here? Plus 1 by 1 very small change in concentration of B divided by very small change in time, that equals to what? The positive slope. So it's about what now here? The instantaneous rate of reaction in terms of product. So we can determine instantaneous rate of reaction in terms of reactant or in terms of product. At a particular instant of time, if you calculate, if you determine the rate of reaction, which is called what? Instantaneous rate of reaction. And in a very large, over a large time interval, if you calculate the rate of reaction, which is called average rate of reaction. Both will give rate of reaction, but accurate value at a particular time exactly will be given by instantaneous rate of reaction. Is that clear, ma'am? Let's take the screenshot of this. So this plot indicates what now here? This graph indicates what? Instantaneous rate. Calculation of instantaneous rate of reaction. Instantaneous rate of reaction. Generally, if you take the rate of reaction versus time, initially we take some reactant. Slowly the reactant will be converted into product, right? Initially, reactant will be more or less. Initially, the concentration of reactant is greater. Slowly, the reactant is getting consumed. Okay, the reactant is getting disappeared slowly, and slowly the product will be formed. Initially, zero product, no product was there initially when time is 0 seconds. Slowly, the quantity of product increasing here. So the concentration of product increases, the concentration of reactant decreases. If you take gases, what we have to take? The pressure of reactant slowly decreases with time, and pressure of product will be slowly increasing. Is that clear? So the decrease in the pressure with time for the reactant, or increase in the pressure of product with time, anything is called what? Rate of reaction. Okay. So initially the decrease in the rate of reaction with the decrease in the concentration of reactant will be more initially, because more concentration we have taken reactant in the beginning. So when we take more reactant concentration, the decrease also will be more for reactant. When there is a rapid decrease in the concentration of reactant, the speed of reaction, that is rate of reaction, is greater. Okay, and slowly, initially the case of our product also. Okay, the rate of reaction will be not same always. Slowly, initially, slowly it increases. Okay, so like this one now here, means initially more product will be formed. With time, what happens after some time, slowly the product will be formed. And reactant also, initially the rapid decrease will be there in the reactant concentration. Then slowly it becomes slow. That means in the beginning, rate of reaction will be more, and at final time, the rate of reaction becomes somewhat slow. Generally, what happens now? Rate of reaction decreases with time. Suppose if you are asked to graph here, plot a graph of rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. Rate of reaction, short form we can write like this. Okay. So rate of reaction versus what now? Time. Okay. Rate of reaction versus time if you take, what happens generally? Initially the rate of reaction will be greater. Slowly with time, the rate of reaction becomes less. That means what now here? Time. Again, hyperbolic curve we get. So this hyperbolic curve representing what now? the decrease in the rate of reaction, in the speed of reaction with time. Okay, so it's about what now here? The rate of reaction versus time, generally. Okay, so these are what important graphs related to average rate, instantaneous rate, and rate of reaction versus time. Is that clear now? Next thing is that the factors affecting rate of reaction. The factors affecting what? Rate of reaction. So now important concept is what? Next one? Factors influencing or affecting. Factors affecting rate of reaction. Factors affecting what now? Rate of reaction. So there are many factors which influence what? Rate of reaction. The speed of reaction, rate of reaction is influenced by many factors. Means the decrease in the rate of, the decrease in the concentration of reactant or increase in the concentration of product, that is rate of reaction, can be controlled by many factors. Okay, so among those factors, first thing what we have to discuss, concentration. So concentration. So concentration of reactants, concentration of what? Reactants, concentration, and then what? Temperature, concentration, temperature, then nature of reactants, nature of reactants. Suppose if you take what now? Acid and base. At room temperature, if you mix acid and base, the nature of reactants will decide speed of reaction. Acid is one reactant, base is one reactant. These two will combine very fast and the rate of reaction is very high. That is fast reaction, very fast reaction. If you take the reactants, carbon and oxygen, if you mix coke, carbon and oxygen at room temperature, same room temperature, will the reaction occur immediately? No. The reaction takes very long time. That means very slow reaction takes. So nature of reactants will decide the speed of reaction, the rate of reaction. So concentration of reactants, generally temperature of the reaction condition and nature of reactant. Then we use presence of catalyst. Presence of catalyst. Presence of catalyst also will influence what? Rate of reaction. The rate of reaction influences the concentration, temperature, nature of reactants, presence of catalyst, and also exposure to radiation. Exposure to radiation. Exposure to radiation meaning what? Suppose we take H2 and Cl2, hydrogen and chlorine. Hydrogen and chlorine, when you mix and expose to radiation, when light falls, electromagnetic radiation falls on the reaction mixture of H2 and Cl2, the reaction becomes very fast. The reaction occurs. Okay. In the absence of sunlight, some reactions will not take place. Example, photosynthesis reaction we know, biochemical reaction that occurs in plants for the preparation of food is what? Photosynthesis. That photosynthesis is a biochemical reaction which occurs only in the presence of light. That is radiation. When the plants are exposed to radiation only, the chemical reaction takes place. During night time, when there is no radiation, the plants do not prepare food by photosynthesis process. Is the concept here? So in this way, we have to understand what now? There are different factors which influence what? Rate of reaction. Okay, concentration, temperature, nature of reactants. Next what? What is presence of the catalyst and also exposure to what? Radiation. Exposure to radiation. These all factors will influence rate of reaction. Is that clear? See here, some catalysts will increase the rate of reaction. They are called positive catalysts. And some other catalysts will decrease the rate of reaction. They are called negative catalysts or poison we say. Okay, they are inhibitors. Inhibitors means they inhibit the reaction. Some catalysts are acting as what now? Negative catalysts, which are called inhibitors. Inhibitors. Is that clear? And there will be sometimes some substances used which act as promoters. Promoters will activate what? Catalyst. Generally, catalyst increases the rate of reaction. Okay, but the promoter activates this catalyst. Is that clear? So, like this one here, these are important factors which affect what? Rate of reaction. If we take gaseous reactants and gaseous products, what we have to use instead of concentration, we have to use what? We have to use pressure. Pressure also affects what? Pressure affects what? The reactions in which gases are involved. Is that clear? So these are important factors that affect what? That influence what? Rate of reaction. So next now, the effect of concentration. Effect of concentration on the rate of reaction. Already in chemical equilibrium, we have studied the effect of concentration on rate of reaction. Effect of concentration. So effect of concentration on the rate of reaction. Okay, in this case, now suppose I'm taking here one reaction. Some products are formed here. Some products are formed. Is that clear? Now here A moles of A, B moles of B, and giving rise to some products. Otherwise, you take C moles of C and D moles of B. C moles of C, small d moles of capital are formed. So they are products and reactants. Now, according to law of mass action in chemical equilibrium, we studied law of mass action. According to law of mass action, the rate of this reaction depends on the concentration of what? Reactants or products? The concentration of reactants. Okay, so according to law of mass action, what we write? The rate of this reaction. Rate of this reaction is directly proportional to what? The reactants concentrations. Right now. So according to law of mass action, what we have understood here, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to what? Concentration of A and concentration of B. Suppose I'm taking here, according to law of mass action. According to law of mass action given by Goldberg and Wage. Goldberg and Wage given what now this what is law of mass action? According to this law of mass action, the rate of reaction. Rate of this particular reaction or rate of reaction is directly proportional to what now? It is directly proportional to the concentration of what? A, concentration of first reactant to the power of its number of moles. Okay, into concentration of B to the power of number of moles of B. So what is the rate of reaction? Rate of reaction is directly proportional to what? A to the power of A into B to the power of B. It is what here according to law of mass action. Okay, if you write one proportionally constant here, what we write now? R is equals to the rate of reaction equals to some constant K. Some constant K into A to the power of A into B to the power of B. Is that clear? So this equation is correct. That means what? This A, number of moles of A will rise to the power of concentration of A. Number of moles of B will rise to the power of concentration of B. A will raise to the power of concentration of A. B, small b raises to the power of concentration of B, according to law of mass action. And here A power A, B power B will be correct. This power small a and small b will be correct. If this reaction is what? Elementary reaction. If the above reaction is elementary reaction, that is single step reaction, this A power A, B power B will be correct. So this is correct. This equation is correct. For which type of reactions? Elementary reactions. For elementary. For elementary reactions only it is correct. Elementary reactions meaning what? The reactions which occur in single step. For elementary reactions only, what is correct? This. What here? Equation is correct. According to law of mass action. So the law of mass action can be applied to which type of reactions? Only elementary reactions. Okay, for complex reactions, we cannot apply this one. For complex reactions, this powers small a and small b will not be correct. We have to find out the small a value, small b value, the powers experimentally. Okay, is the concept so far? So for elementary reactions, we can apply what now? Law of mass action. The same law of mass action cannot be applied for complex reactions. Suppose if you take complex reactions, how it should be written? I will tell you. Now what is K here? K is from what? Rate constant. K is from what here? Rate constant or velocity constant or specific reaction rate. What is K called here? Rate constant or velocity constant or specific reaction rate. Okay, so what is K here? Tell me. K is called what now? Rate or velocity. Rate or velocity constant. Rate or velocity constant. The same thing we can also say what?